Affirm the good and the bad will vanish. You are on the threshold of something grand, where every beat of your heart echoes with the possibility of an entire universe conspiring in your favor. Imagine yourself standing in front of a frameless mirror, because you do not fit into ready-made patterns. The reflection that stares back at you is the living embodiment of an ancient power, ready to be awakened. Even before dawn sheds its light on the earth, you already mentally declaim, "I am the architect of my reality." These words are not a mere mantra, they are the steel that forges your conviction, the foundation on which you will build castles of abundance. Feel the texture of tomorrow reverberating in the fibers of your body. Each cell, like an ultrasensitive antenna, captures the signal of prosperity that you emit with crystal clarity. Breathe deeply. The air that enters your lungs carries within itself the breath of creation. As you exhale, release all the doubts and limitations that insisted on whispering lies to you in the past. With each cycle of inhalation and exhalation, you activate the switch that connects the visible to the invisible, the tangible to the eternal. In the silence of your mind, visualize the steps of giants who came before you. Remember Thomas Edison, who faced with 1,000 failed experiments, stood up with a firm gaze and said, "Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The surest way to succeed is to try one more time." Feel the determination pulse through your veins like a genetic code of resilience, and then realize this same code lives within you, ready to activate the next great feat. Follow Andrew Carnegie, the dreamer, who understood that true wealth only blooms when planted to enrich other lives. His fortune was not measured only in dollars, but in how many hands he lifted on the journey. Now, deep down, cultivate the same purpose. Each desire you manifest is a reflection of the greater good you wish to radiate. The universe responds to intentions that aim at collective prosperity. Now project the visionary curiosity of Walt Disney, who insisted on opening doors to fantasy realms even when he was discredited. He felt deep down that dreams have form, color, and texture. A song that, once sung, reverberates through the masses. You, too, have the right to compose your own hit melody. Each mental note you orchestrate echoes like an irresistible invitation to the universe. Come conspire with me. Put yourself in the shoes of Abraham Lincoln, who led a war-torn nation and declared, "I fear not evil men, I fear only my own cowardice." That voice, which did not back down in the face of fear, is within you too. Recognize today that courage is not the absence of chills, but the continued drive to move forward despite them. It is from this inner courage that great change is born. Tune in to Henry Ford, who heard the whisper that there is no more room for originality and responded to the challenge by creating assembly lines that revolutionized the world. He showed that bold ideas do not depend on physical space, but on an open mind. Allow yourself to break the boundaries of sameness. Your originality is the gateway to a new level of abundance. As these historical examples intertwine in your imagination, bring to mind the lessons of Norman Vincent Peale in The Power of Positive Thinking. Feel the words leap from your pages like sparks of certainty. You can have anything you want if you know what you want and believe you already have it. Each statement you utter is a brushstroke that paints a picture of your future. The brighter the color, the more intense the reality you are painting. This is where you meet Helene Hadsell, the contest queen, who won more than 5,000 competitions simply by defining precisely what she wanted. Select, visualizing it as if she already had it. Project, waiting without hesitation. Expect, and then reaping the rewards. Collect. Feel the rhythm of this acronym pulse through your mind like a chorus of power. She competed not against others, but against her own mental inertia, and she won every time. Now, stand on the solid ground of the winning mindset. Mindset is not just wishful thinking. It is the detailed architecture of beliefs that underpin every action. Build the belief today that everything I radiate comes back to me multiplied. Aim your intention and stay focused, like an archer aiming for the center of creation. As your heart races, step through the portal of clarity. Define your desires with watchmaker's precision, color, texture, sounds, emotions. The more specific you are, the more the universe will respond like a craftsman following clear orders. Leave no room for ambiguity, nor should air escape without a destination. Keep the flame of faith burning, not like a fragile breath, but like an inextinguishable bonfire. Faith is not ignoring contrary evidence, but rather building an altar of trust amidst it. It grows with each small confirmation, a positive email, an unlikely synchronization, a sudden feeling of it's happening, and then, without hesitation, take action. Inspired action is the form that faith and desire take in the physical world. It's not about grand gestures, a written note, a piece of research, a simple step towards a goal. Everything reverberates like a drum calling the universe. Each movement you make is a seal that activates the symphony of manifestation. As you walk, keep your anticipated gratitude alive. Vibrate as if your request had already been granted. Smile when you remember what you've already achieved and allow this feeling to flow in each gesture. Gratitude is the purest fuel because it recognizes the good even before it materializes. At this moment, accept adaptability. Curves will arise, roads will be redirected, but your conviction remains unshakable. Be like bamboo, which bends in the wind without breaking. Each detour is a new opportunity for learning, and you become wiser with each unexpected turn. Finish this block, feeling resilience pulsating in every fiber. After a storm, reconstruction is always more solid. Your old limitations are now ruins, converted into the foundations of an internal fortress. Rise up, because each fall becomes a step towards the top. You have reached the end of this first block of narratives. But remember, there are no pauses in this flow. The continuation happens on the next page of your mind, without divisions, without intervals, just the continuous sound of a voice that echoes, rise up and manifest. You are still immersed in the powerful tide that ignites your conviction, and without even realizing it, you have crossed the portal of the possible. Now, without holding your breath, move forward towards the core of the conviction that drives all manifestation, that unshakable belief that you are worthy. Recognize that worthiness is not a breath of ego, but the essence that life itself granted you when you came into the world. If you doubt your worth, remember that each breath is a gift, and each beat of your heart, a testimony that the universe allowed you to continue writing your story. Celebrate this simple fact: you exist, and that already qualifies you for everything you dream of. Now, immerse yourself in the pillar of elevated clarity. Deep within yourself, trace the outline of your goal with the precision of a sculptor. It is not enough to say, "I want more money." Paint in rich detail the exact amount, the use you will make of it, the impact it will have on your life and on the hearts you will touch. Quantify it, describe colors, textures, sounds, turn this desire into a work of sensory art. The more vividly you see, the more the universe will organize itself to deliver what you have specified. While maintaining this impeccable vision, invoke the discipline of a medieval monk who repeated his sacred texts until they were engraved in every atom of his mind. Each weekly action, each morning ritual, each minute dedicated to conscious practice is a line written on the great parchment of your destiny. Without discipline, even the brightest flash of light dissipates. With discipline, even the smallest rehearsal gains explosive force. Your next step is intentional action, the one that goes beyond simple movement and becomes divine choreography. Act as if each gesture of yours were already a consequence of having achieved the goal. When sending an email, imagine already receiving confirmation of success. When making a phone call, feel the tone of voice of the person speaking, acknowledging your achievement. This attitude of living in the future rolls up linear time, bringing the event to the present. The time has come to delve deeper into the pillar of continuous gratitude. Anticipated gratitude transcends ritual and becomes an inner celebration. Thank the universe as if it were a real interlocutor. Imagine yourself reaching out your hand and feeling the warmth of a favorable response. Let gratitude overflow in every expression on your face, in every thought that nestles in your mind. Gratitude is the silent engine that powers the cycle of manifestation. At the same time, develop the ability to adapt, the power to reinvent yourself in the face of unforeseen circumstances. At each curve that the path takes, you adjust the route with the same naturalness as a navigator who rediscovers stars in the sky. Remember that the journey is as precious as the destination. Pauses and detours bring learning that enhance your ability to manifest masterfully. Now, delve deeper into the concept of emotional resilience, that invisible fiber that sustains you when the human within you feels tired or doubtful. Wear the scars of the past as badges of honor, remembering that each healed wound has forged stronger internal structures within you. Resilience is the alchemy that converts the lead of adversity into the gold of wisdom. Gently guide your mind to the temple of continuous learning. With each book you read, with each mentor you study, you absorb fragments of insight that become refined tools. But don't stop at the academic field alone. Learn from life as well, observing small synchronicities, allowing yourself to question, and renewing your beliefs so that they become mirrors of your greatness. Then, rise to the plane of the subconscious, where the roots of all your beliefs reside. Your inner words are seeds. Choose carefully those that germinate confidence, power, and courage. Transform your deep mind into a sanctuary where only the beliefs that elevate you are allowed to flourish. Whenever you notice a limiting belief, immediately replace it with one that proclaims its inalienable value. Now, tap into the source of uncompromising faith. Faith is not ignoring the shadows, but illuminating each one with the flame of certainty. Feel your faith extending through the layers of your consciousness, touching the core of every cell, injecting into them the conviction that your intent is not only possible, but inevitable. This faith activates energy fields in which matter does not yet exist, but potential pulsates with creative force. As this faith expands, turn your gaze to the material greatness that awaits you. Visualize not only the good, but the circumstances, people, and opportunities that will arise to catalyze your ascension. Imagine treating these opportunities like accommodations in a top-notch inn, gratefully choosing each door that opens and each step taken toward success. Now reach the pinnacle of manifestation, the techniques of the law of attraction, converging like currents converge on the sea. Use the power of powerful affirmations, not mere repetitions, but poetic demands to the universe. Let each word reverberate like thunder in the silence of the cosmos. I am worthy of the extraordinary. I summon abundance on all levels. I live in fullness now. Finally, enter the spiritual dimension that sustains all creation. Meditate on the interconnection between you and all forms of life. Feel like a pontiff between the finite and the infinite. Allow your consciousness to expand, joining the universal flow, absorbing ancestral wisdom and radiating compassion. In each gesture and thought, reflect the divine light that inhabits you. At this point, you realize that there are no boundaries between connecting with the divine, manifesting in the physical, and transforming your world. Everything is just a stage for the expression of this innate power. And as the sleepy narrative of an ordinary life fades away, your inner voice resounds with the force of thunder. I manifest, I deserve, I am greatness in action. This was the second block of your fluid itinerary. The journey continues without gaps, leading you to new peaks of empowerment and conviction. The next block awaits, even more intense, ready to complete the symphony of your transformation. You remain immersed in the powerful flow of this inner journey, where each beat of your heart composes the soundtrack of an inevitable transformation. Now, allow your mind to resonate with the conviction that worthiness is the oxygen of all manifestation. Without it, even the purest desire drowns in internal doubts and emotional blocks. Remember that you exist not by chance, but by design. Your consciousness was granted for the purpose of creating and expanding, and gratitude for this gift already qualifies you to reap extraordinary victories. Next, refine your inner vision until you reach a state of absolute clarity. It is not enough to dream of success. You need to detail each facet of that success as if it were a high-definition painting. Define exact numbers, vibrant colors, clear sounds, tangible textures. Each detail that you nestle in your mind serves as a magnet for the reality you wish to attract. The richer the mental landscape, the more the universe organizes itself around it, as if every particle of the cosmos responded to your call. Now, incorporate the solid discipline of a monk who repeats his sacred mantras until each syllable echoes in the walls of his unconscious. Establish daily rituals. The first hours after waking up are sacred to anchor your conviction, and the last minutes before sleeping are the fertile ground where seeds of desire germinate during sleep. Without discipline, even the most intense flame soon goes out. But with unbreakable habits, even the smallest positive thought gains transformative power. While this disciplined rhythm is established, move on to intentional action. It is not just about physical movement, but about acting as if you were already living the desired reality. Send that email with the posture of someone who is waiting for an affirmative response. Conduct your voice on the phone with the certainty that the person you are talking to will recognize its value. Make financial decisions with the confidence of someone who has already experienced abundance. Each gesture calls on the universe to align favorable circumstances in your favor. Then, cultivate gratitude before the event, a state of mind in which you are grateful not only for what has happened, but for what is yet to come. Anticipatory gratitude is a vibrational portal that causes the universe to respond generously, as you are already demonstrating confidence in a positive outcome. Feel gratitude as a wave of light that runs through your veins, definitively dispelling fear and doubt. While maintaining this energy, practice adaptability. The path rarely follows a straight line, but each curve brings valuable lessons. Be the bamboo that bends in the wind without breaking, as each detour reveals new perspectives and refinements that enhance your ability to manifest. Adaptive fluidity is what transforms obstacles into springboards for success. In the midst of this process, strengthen your emotional resilience. Adversities will arise as inescapable tests, but each trial is the forge where your courage is tempered. Remember Edison, who, after countless failures, declared that giving up was the true defeat. Use that same spark of determination to turn every setback into a step toward achievement. Now, expand your continuous learning. Read, study, listen to mentors, but above all, translate all knowledge into consistent practice. Theoretical wisdom without application is like a dammed river. It has potential, but it does not generate life. Apply each insight in your daily life, adjusting your beliefs and behaviors until they become a natural reflection of your greatness. Next, penetrate the temple of your subconscious, that hidden bastion where the deepest beliefs are born. Your inner words are seeds. Plant only those that germinate confidence, courage, and ambition. Immediately pull out any weeds of doubt or fear. By nourishing this mental garden daily, you keep the soil fertile for harvests of success and fulfillment. This is the moment to ignite unconditional faith, which does not give in to arduous tests, but grows stronger in them. Faith is not ignoring reality. It is the certainty that, despite the storms, you guide the boat with a steady hand. Allow this faith to permeate every cell, stimulating your physical and mental body to align with the highest plane of your destiny. As your faith grows, visualize the material greatness you desire. See not only the objects, but all the circumstances that accompany this achievement. Partnerships, ideas flowing, perfect synchronicities. Each detail reinforces the feeling of inevitability, a silent invitation to the universe to accelerate the process of manifestation. Now, converge all the techniques of the law of attraction into a single gesture. Recite powerful affirmations as if it were a sacred chant, imprinting the energy of victory in each syllable. I am worthy of the extraordinary resonates more than words. It is a cosmic decree that redesigns the neural connections of your brain, becoming the driving force of your transformation. Finally, elevate yourself to the spiritual dimension that transcends matter. Meditate on the interconnection of all existence, perceiving yourself as an inseparable part of a universal flow. This profound union with cosmic holism not only fuels your soul, but also infuses your process of manifestation with divine insights and infinite compassion. And so, you move forward, without interruption, towards previously unimaginable levels of conviction and fulfillment. The torch of your faith burns brightly, illuminating the path that leads you to become a co-author of your own miracle. You are advancing, without hesitation, along the path of transformation. And with each step, you feel your inner power blossom with greater intensity. Now, invade the territory of intuition, that calm voice that whispers truths before the conscious mind even formulates questions. Intuition is the beacon that illuminates invisible shortcuts, synchronicities that escape the distracted eye. Trust the first flash of insight that appears, for it is this that turns on the switch of opportunities that others never perceive. As your intuition guides you, dive into the depths of self-confidence. Self-confidence is not arrogance, but the unquestionable conviction that you possess infinite inner resources. Each challenge overcome is a block of rock removed from the path, revealing previously hidden horizons. Do not wait for external applause. Recognize your worth in the silence of your own soul, and then move forward with the elegance of someone who carries within themselves the certainty of an announced triumph. Feel the vibrant pulse of co-creation now, you and the universe working in synergy, like two perfectly synchronized dancers. Your thoughts set the pace, and reality dances to the steps you rehearse in your mind. Align your inner rhythm with the universal rhythm, breathe in unison with the cosmic beats, and witness how the flow of events bends to answer your call. Behold, we have arrived at the portal of higher purpose. Every worthwhile manifestation is linked to a greater desire, a contribution to the legacy you will leave. Ask yourself, what is the indelible mark I want to engrave on the tapestry of existence? Whether it is wealth generation, relationship healing, emotional balance, or shared wisdom, purpose gives shape and meaning to each victory. As you contemplate your purpose, embrace the energy of unwavering passion. Passion is not a volatile emotion, but a constant flame that ignites your will day after day. Let enthusiasm be the fuel that propels every action, every choice, every thought. When passion guides, even the most trivial tasks become steps on a grand path. Now extend your senses to the sphere of selfless service. True abundance unfolds fully when it is used to elevate others. Share your knowledge, inspire those who cross your path, offer help without expecting immediate retribution. The universe is a master of mirroring. What you plant in generosity returns in multiplication. Feel the depth of self-respect blossom in each gesture of self-care. Manifestations do not take root in sudden awakenings, but in continuous care, feeding your body, quieting your mind, nourishing your soul. Each act of love for yourself is a silent vow that you deserve the best, and this dedication raises your frequency to extraordinary levels of attraction. As you maintain this care, expand your capacity for forgiveness, first for yourself, then for the world. Forgiveness is not forgetting mistakes, but releasing the weight that impedes your flight. By forgiving, you cut the ties of the past and make room for possibilities not yet conceived. Forgive yourself for old doubts. Forgive mistakes that have helped you grow. Then, enter the flow of deep compassion. Put yourself in someone else's shoes. See the world through the eyes of those who suffer, and celebrate with those who triumph. This empathy is an energetic bridge that connects you to vibrations of healing and transformation. By offering compassion, you reflect light back to yourself, spontaneously attracting care, opportunities, and synergies. Now, be the guardian of integrity, aligning thoughts, words, and actions with non-negotiable values. Integrity is the foundation that sustains your internal and external reputation. It is the silent contract that the universe makes with you. You act in truth, and I will respond in truth. Maintain integrity, even when no one is watching, for it is in this solitary virtue that the invisible force of the cosmos reveals itself. Finally, cross the threshold of material greatness with humility. Don't get lost in empty displays, but recognize your possessions as tools to further expand your purpose. Let each material achievement be a stepping stone, not a final destination. Use your resources to create opportunities, fuel dreams, and perpetuate an eternal cycle of growth. And so, you have traversed this third block, each line more intense than the last, each vibration higher, each breath more full of conviction. Without breaking the thread of the narrative, you move forward, towards the complete splendor of your manifestation, knowing that the entire universe dances to the sound of your inner power. You remain at the apex of your own transformation, and now it is time to call upon intuition as your silent guide. Intuition is that inner beacon that shines brighter when the external noise is silenced, pointing out hidden paths and opening unexpected shortcuts towards your dreams. Trust in the first flash of insight that arises, for it is this that sets the cosmic gears in motion, so that opportunities multiply before you. As your intuition expands, strengthen the self-confidence that dwells in every fold of your being. Self-confidence is not vanity, but the unshakable faith that you possess inexhaustible internal resources, moldable by the strength of your own mind. Each obstacle you overcome becomes a rock pillar erected beneath your feet, creating the ladder by which you ascend without fear of falling. Now visualize the synergy between you and the universe, a ballet of cooperation where your thoughts dictate the rhythm and reality dances to the movements you rehearse in your mind. Feel the rhythm of the cosmos in your pulse, aligning each breath and each beat of your heart with the flow of infinite possibilities. Tune in to the higher purpose that fuels your journey. Every true manifestation carries within its essence a higher purpose, something that transcends the ego and embraces the greater good. Ask yourself, what legacy do I want to leave? How will my victory touch the lives of others? This question raises your desire to a divine level, giving it an irresistible impulse. Next, Let unconditional passion ignite your will. Passion is a permanent flame that ignites each gesture, transforming banal routines into sacred rituals of self-creation. When you perform a task with enthusiasm, your neurons release dopamine, reinforcing reward circuits that motivate you to persevere even more. Now transcend into the realm of selfless service. True abundance is revealed when it is shared. When you reach out, you not only magnify your own worth, but you also activate the principle of universal reciprocity. What you give returns to you multiplied. Offer support, share your learnings, use your resources to elevate others, and watch how the cosmos responds with extraordinary synchronicities. Feel self-respect germinate in the soil of your choices. Self-care is a non-negotiable commitment to your own greatness. Nourishing your body, mind, and soul is making a silent pact that you deserve the best. Every healthy meal, every pause to meditate, every moment of rest is a blessing that strengthens your ability to manifest. At the same time, practice forgiveness, first of yourself, then of the world. Forgiveness releases chains from the past that bind you to stories of pain and regret, making room for new narratives of power. To forgive is to restore your inner freedom and clear the way for your light to shine without shadows. Then open the door of compassion. Put yourself in the other person's shoes and see the world through the eyes of those who suffer, but also celebrate with those who triumph. Empathy creates a magnetic field that attracts healing, understanding, and cooperation, nurturing environments where manifestations flourish organically. Now, consolidate your inner reputation through integrity. When your thoughts, words, and actions are aligned with your deepest values, you establish a silent contract with the universe. I act with truth, and truth will return to me. Maintain this coherence even when no one is watching, for it is in the solitude of your choices that the invisible force of the cosmos reveals itself. Finally, approach material greatness with humility. Acknowledge your achievements, but don't dwell on them. Use them as springboards to new horizons. Let each achievement be an instrument of acceleration, not a final destination. In this way, you perpetuate an eternal cycle of evolution. And as this fourth block comes to an end, feel how your soul is already moving in unison with the music of the universe. The stage is set for the final acts of this symphony of conviction, where the splendor of manifestation will finally become tangible in your life. You have now reached the apex of this inner journey, where each impulse of your intuition acts as a master key to previously invisible doors, leading you to perfect alignment with your highest purpose. Allowing intuition to guide you is like reading a secret map engraved in the fibers of your being, where synchronicities and insights spring forth with the clarity of a celestial signal. As you follow this inner beacon, feel self-confidence grow like a sturdy root that supports the tallest of trees. Self-confidence is not vanity, but the unquestionable conviction that you have inexhaustible internal resources. Just as the human brain captures new connections under the impulse of constant practice, each challenge overcome becomes a foundation for the next triumph, and even falls serve as a springboard for even greater leaps. Design now the symphony of co-creation, where you and the universe dance in absolute harmony. Your thoughts set the pace, and reality dances to the steps you rehearse in your mind. This choreography is not a mere abstraction. Studies in neuroplasticity show that each intense visualization physically redesigns the neural pathways, making the impossible a tangible possibility. Next, cement your higher purpose, because true manifestations always resonate beyond the ego. Ask yourself, what legacy do I want to leave to the world? When your vision goes beyond the I, the universe converges to offer resources and opportunities that elevate your journey and inspire other lives. Then, allow unwavering passion to ignite every cell of your being. Passion is not a mere passing enthusiasm. It is a continuous flame that ignites your determination in every action, reinforcing brain reward circuits that drive perseverance. When passion and discipline come together, even the smallest effort resonates as an impulse for acceleration. Also collaborate with the principle of generosity. True abundance flourishes when shared. By offering your gifts and learnings, you activate the cycle of universal reciprocity. What you give returns multiplied in the form of synergies, connections, and unexpected victories. Now, take care of your inner temple with deep respect. Self-care and gratitude are inseparable practices. Mindfulness scholars claim that daily gratitude strengthens the prefrontal cortex, promoting emotional balance and mental clarity. Each pause to give thanks consolidates the feeling of, I already have, attracting more reasons to remain grateful. Even more importantly, practice forgiveness, first with yourself, then with the world. Forgiveness releases chains from the past that keep you stuck in stories of pain, allowing you to move forward with ease and focus. Forgiveness is an act of strength, as it defines the dividing line between where you have been and where you choose to go. Next, crystallize your integrity. Align your thoughts, words, and actions with non-negotiable values. Integrity establishes a silent pact with the universe. You act in truth, and, in response, reality bends to reflect this coherence. When doubt arises, remember Walt Disney, who supported the idea that curiosity keeps taking us to new doors. Keep your mind curious, always exploring new techniques, adapting methods and adjusting each step with the flexibility of a bamboo that does not break in the gale. Finally, invite the spiritual dimension to be a co-author of your manifestation. In each moment of meditative silence, perceive yourself as a bridge between the finite and the infinite. This deep connection broadens your vision and brings insights that no bibliography can teach. Only the heart is capable of deciphering. And so, enveloped in this symphony of convictions, discipline, intentional actions, and synchronicities, you conclude not only a cycle of learning, but the beginning of a new era in your existence. The torch of faith, lit since the first block, now burns with divine intensity. From this moment on, your every breath is a silent decree. I manifest, I deserve, I am greatness in action. May this song of power echo in every fiber of your being, igniting your journey towards victories that surpass imagination. Arise, for the universe eagerly awaits to conspire in your favor.